Good morning, one and all. Today's session is on 5G technology in next 5 years. These are the contents which we are going to deal with. It seems cosmetically world has paused due to COVID-19, but in reality the changing technology evolution in the generation have witnessed the normal and progressive life in the field of technology. This is what we are about to reach 5G technology. 5G technology stands for fifth generation mobile technology, and this technology are expected to serve current consumer demands and future applications. Future applications in the sense industrial IoTs, autonomous vehicles, even it has concern to do with economic benefits, that is generation of new jobs or generating revenues to the governments. Fifth generation network utilize 5G standards which use new technologies and development methods to provide faster speed, greater capacity and enhanced services. This technology expected to meet the increasing demand for data from consumer and to support new services. This was also designed to meet growing demands for data from industrial users and to support the use of mobile communication technologies across the multiple industries. Industries such as crop management, public safety applications, and even in case of healthcare. This 5G will have to be a paradigm shift that includes very high carrier frequencies and large bandwidth, extreme base station and device densities. Before understanding how exactly we are about to reach this 5G technology, it's very interesting to know about the history of this wireless communication. The history, the beauty of this wireless communication started in the era of 1895 itself by Marconi. The first wireless transmission happened in the year by 1895, an Italian inventor Marconi. This scientist is basically from Italy, and he was fascinated by his one of his friends who was physicist Hendrik Hertz. The invisible waves generated by electromagnetic interactions was a work or the experiment by Hendrik Hertz. And later this Marconi built his own wave generating equipment at his family's estate, and immediately within a year he succeeded in sending signals to the location a mile away. But he didn't get support from the government. If you know the history or if you know the world history, you can understand the scenario in European countries. All European countries were fighting among themselves to achieve the dominance over each other. So later he decided to move to England. By that time the age of Marconi was 22 years. The 22-year-old Marconi arrived in England and in 1896 quickly broadcasting up to 12 miles without any wired communication or without any physical connections. He could able to send a data or signals up to 12 miles. And later he applied for a patent and then he received the patent, and he was called by Great England Queen Victoria to set up a wireless station, and that allowed Queen Victoria to send images to her son. This is how this Marconi's wireless communication work started, and it was achieved like anything. and by 1899 Marconi's signals have crossed the English Channel. If you know the geography, English Channel is the channel connecting two water bodies. Then in some year, Marconi traveled to US where he gained publicity and offering wireless coverage of one of the great game, that is America's Cup, that is from coast of New Jersey. This is how this wireless communication spread it in the entire European countries. Later, the works and the experiments have been continued on this wireless communication, and this starts the generation 1G technology. And during First World War, wireless telegraphy became more popular among European countries. And wireless technology became an integral part of warfare on the ground, in the air, and at the sea by 1918. See that period. The first wireless communication was happened in 1895, but it became popular and integral part of warfare in 1918. But this was just the communication, wireless communication field. Later, it was available for civilian use, and then this first generation was developed. 1G refers to the first generation of wireless telephone technology, which was developed in the year 1980s. And those phones were analogous and first cellular phones to be used. They offered very low levels of spectrum efficiency and security. So, see, these were few images of 1G technologies. The left two images, car phone and this ARP standard, these were considered as a pre-1G technology or 0G technology. This car phone was, this is a picture from Second World War. This was the size of the system for communication, and later reduced, and in 1971 then you can observe the size of the systems were reduced. This is how the 1G technology was started. Since and this drawbacks of 1G technology led to the development of 2G technology. It has poor voice quality, poor battery life, and large phone size. Size of the phone was huge, and even the weight, it weighs around 3 to 4 kgs. No security, since it was analogous in nature, easily it can be trapped. And limited capacity, poor handoff, reliability. So the next generation is 2G technology. 2G technology refers to the second generation, which is based on GSM. GSM is nothing but Global System for Mobile Communication. By that time, by 1991, this communication or that system has spread its arm and covered the entire world or the global. Hence, it is Global System for Mobile Communication. By adopting this technique, more users could be accommodated within available bandwidth. In addition to this, ciphering technology of digitally encoded speech was adopted to retain privacy. Because using earlier analog cellular technology, it was possible for anyone with the scanner receiver to listen calls, or number of famous personalities had been eavesdropped with many embarrassing consequences. And even in case of defense, this was the one of the most prominent application of 2G. Security was a major factor to be considered in developing the technology, especially for military use or the defense purpose. And few features includes it enables services such as text messages, picture messages, MMS, and it provides better quality and capacity. Hope some of you have experienced this technology. The image which is there in the screen and that handsets few of you have experienced. And the major drawback of this 2G technology was it requires a strong digital signals to help mobile phones to work. If there is no network coverage in any specific area, digital signals would go weak. So this system were unable to handle complex data such as videos. It was only for SMS, MMS, and these are so drawbacks. And these are 1G wireless systems and 2G wireless systems. Just observe the size and shift in the size of the systems. Next comes is 2.5G technology. This is nothing but the transition period between or from 2G to the 3G technology. And this was also called as 2G cellular technology combined with GPRS, General Packet Radio Servicing. Feature includes phone calls, and here the era of emailing started. Send or receive email messages, web browsing. Observe the speed here. Speed has increased up to 144 kbps. And camera phones were available in the market using this 2.5G technology. This is just a transition period between 2G and 3G technology. Hence the name is 2.5G technology. Next comes is 3G technology. 3G technology stands for third generation. It is the advanced wireless technology. It enhances the features that were available in the second generation and adds further advanced features. 3G technology features can be divided into two categories, which were data rates and security. The main features of this 3G technology is that it supports greater voice and data capacity and high data transmission at low cost. 3G mobile phones can operate on both 2G and 3G technology. This is what is the compatibility or feasibility of the technology. It was not rigid. It was flexible to work with both 2G and 3G technologies. Typically called smartphones, and features increased its bandwidth, data transfer rates to accommodate web-based applications and audio-video files. And the second most important feature is the security. 3G technology has security features than 2G, like network accessing security. There are different domains of security concerns, that is network access security, network domain security, user domain security, and application security. All the functions performed in normal 2G mobile phone devices can also be performed in 3G at higher speed. And this 3G offers faster connectivity and faster internet access. And with concern of entertainment, music with an improved quality, overcrowding is relieved in existing systems. These are few of the features of 3G technology. It provides faster communication, send and receive large email messages because bitrate was increased and speed also increased, high speed web or more secured, video conferencing, 3D gaming, large capacities and broadband capabilities. Just to understand here, 11 second to 1.5 minutes time to download a 3-minute MP3 song it took. But it was very expensive, and that time the challenge was to build the infrastructure for 3G because high bandwidth requirement was there and phones were expensive in nature. Size of the phones were also, compared to the present technology, it was bit larger. Next is 4G technology. Just the brief introduction of all the technologies so that we can understand we can experience the beauty of 5G technologies. So the latest or the present technology what we all are using is 4G technology. 4G technology refers to shortening for 4th generation, which was started in late 2000s. Capable of providing 100 Mbps to 1 Gbps speed, which you all know this, and currently you all are using the same. The next generation of wireless technology promises higher data rates and expanded multimedia services. That is what is 5G technology. Features include more security, high speed, high capacity, low cost per bit rate. And these are the drawbacks which led to develop 5G technology. Battery uses is more, hard to implement, need complicated hardware, expensive equipment required to implement. The next generation means the compatibility is less here. This is the table of comparison between 3G and 4G. See the data rate here. Internet services broadband for 3G and ultra broadband for 4G, which means any speed which is below 0.5 Mbps that comes under, from 5.5 Mbps to 20 Mbps that comes under broadband internet services. Ultra broadband service means 20 to 200 Mbps. And mobile or TV resolution, it is low for 3G and high in case of 4G. That is, in normal term, what we say is clarity of a video or image is low in case of 3G and high in case of 4G. And we can download or upload 5.4 Mbps using 3G and 14 Mbps using 4G. Drawbacks of 4G and comparison between 3G and 4G it is. The much awaited technology for all corporate field and for industrial people, even in defense and young and youth generation also. That is 5G technology. "5G technology refers to short name of 5th generation which was started from late 2010. 1G, 2G, 3G and 4G all led to 5G, which is designed to provide more connectivity that was ever available before. And 5G aims to connect the whole planet, achieving seamless and ubiquitous communications between anybody, anything, anywhere, anytime and anyhow. That is whether by whether service or device or network. The increase in the data rate will be achieved through combined gains in 3 categories. That is extreme network densification. That means the more nodes per unit area. Whatever the deployment rate or the nodes per unit area is for 4G, that has to be densified, or number of nodes have to be increased per unit area so that large number of nodes can be deployed and connectivity speed can be improved. and increased bandwidth. In the quest for bandwidth, particular challenges that need to be addressed in 5G system are fragmented spectrum and spectrum capability. This fragmentation, that is nothing but it describes the degree of split for given portion of spectrum and which affects the productivity and technical efficiency in spectrum. So what happens by increasing or addressing this challenge? By increasing the RF channel, bandwidth for mobile radio channels and data capacity can be greatly increased, while the latency for digital traffic much will be decreased. Here is the OSL layers in 5G mobile terminal design. These are the OSL layers. How exactly this 5G operates? Physical and medium access control layers, that is the first layer and second layer of OSI model, it defines the wireless technology. And for these two layers, the 5G mobile network is likely to be based on open transport, open wireless architecture. Next comes is the network layer. Network layer will be IP, and you all know that IPv4 is worldwide spread and it is several problems such as limited address space and has no real possibility for quality of support, and these issues can be solved in IPv6. But problem is the significantly bigger packet header. So all mobile networks will use mobile IP in 5G and each mobile terminal will be foreign agent. It's having foreign agent and that keeps the care of address mapping between its fixed IPv6 address and care of address for the current wireless network. And this 5G mobile phone shall maintain virtual multi-wireless network environment, which means for that purpose only this layer has two separate network layers, that is lower network layer and one more is upper network layer. Lower network layer, it is for each interface and upper network layer is for particularly for mobile terminal. And next layer is open transport protocol. In all TCP versions, the assumption is that lost segments are due to the network congestion. But in case of wireless networks, the losses may occur due to higher bit error ratio in the radio interfaces. Therefore, TCP modifications and adoptions were proposed for mobile wireless networks, which can retransmit the lost and damaged TCP segments over wireless. For 5G mobile terminals, it is sustainable and suitable to have transport layer that is possible to be downloaded and installed, so that any versions which is targeted to a specific wireless technology can be installed at base stations. That is why the layer name is Open Transport Protocol layer. Next comes is application layer. Regarding the applications, the ultimate request from 5G mobile terminal is to provide intelligent quality of service management over the variety of networks. And this 5G phone shall provide possibility for service quality testing and storage measurement information in information databases in the mobile terminal. So this is just an overview how exactly the each and every layer works in this 5G technology. And these are the few features of 5G technology, which 5G technology offers high resolution for crazy cell users. Resolution is in the common term clarity, phone user and bidirectional large bandwidth shaping. 5G technology is providing large broadcasting of data in gigabits which supporting almost 65,000 connections. 5G technology offers transporter class gateway. Gateway is nothing but this is also a kind of node which allows the entry and the exit. So it is having the transporter class gateway. The traffic statistics by 5G technology makes it more accurate. Means it will not create the kind of congestion what is happening there with the 4G. And 5G technology management of it was offered by 5G technology, a user can get better and fast solution. The speed of uploading and downloading is at the peak. 5G technology network offering enhanced and available connectivity just about the world. Here it's a comparison between 4G and 5G. Data rate was up to 20 Mbps and here it is up to 1 Gbps. This is the evolution of 1G to 5G technologies in case of size. Observe the size and thickness of the handsets. Comparison of 1G to 5G technologies. Here again, observe the data bandwidth, how it is developed from 1G to 5G. Now it is almost reached higher than 1 Gbps. And it except 1G, all are digitally cellular technologies. And multiplexing technologies and all, they have adopted, all the technologies have adopted different techniques. Advantages: longer battery life, higher data rates, more efficient, high security. Since this is still under process, the research on its availability is going on and developing infrastructure needs high cost. These are the disadvantages. This 5G is going to do with, and it has its implications for many domains. And we are considering only 3 to 4 domains. First is implication for military application. 5G technologies could have number of potential military applications, which means these technologies expected to support interconnected or autonomous devices. In case of military, intervention of human must be less. So autonomous devices such as smart homes, self-driving vehicles, precision agriculture systems. And 5G for a military could additionally improve the intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance, that is ISR systems and processing. It also enable new methods of command and control, that is C2, and streamline logistics system for increased efficiency among other uses. So, and many of research have reported that 5G has ability to enhance Department of Defense decision making and strategic capabilities from enterprise network to the tactical edge of the battlefield. So, and it will increase the ability of Department of Defense to link multiple systems into broader network while sharing information in real time and improving communication across the services, even in case it needs to consider the geographical locations and the climatic conditions. and domains while developing a common picture of battlefield to improve situational awareness. Here in case of military or defense system, security is the major factor to be considered. Along with that, there has to be faster communication and reliable communication. And it could also help drive down the cost of linking systems. If the number of nodes increased within per unit area, it may reduce the linking system around the world and enabling them to more widely deployed. And one of the major problem with 4G was even using Wi-Fi types of technologies in their communication, they weren't designed to have tens of thousands of individual wireless devices and talking to cell site, means they were not at the point of access point. And now what 5G will do is essentially increase that scale. It was around 1000, but for the military point of view 1000 is nothing. So it increases the scale, and so from a single point now can track greater volume of individual items. So this is how this 5G is going to impact on defense system. Even our Ministry of Defense or DOD, that is Department of Defense, is about to install this 5G technology. Not only in case of defense but also in case of economy, it has great thing to do with, because as we all know that 5G economy is the, as Indians we know that India is an agrarian country, but not only India, 5G has the potential to have a transformative effect on the global economy through a number of domains, and certainly farming is one of the most prominent ones to consider. Many farmers have already adopted technology in the farming process using 4G, which operates at the rate of around 100 Mbps. Upgrading to 5G technology could increase the impact of technology by improving connections, speeds, and allowing for devices to more effectively communicate. Example, it would allow farmers to install a more number of sensors to track more data points and help them to run their operations more effectively, which is context aware agriculture. For example, if a person is unable to reach the farming land, or if he has something other schedule to do with, then he cannot stand all the time in the farming field. But that is, there comes the picture of this technology. He can deploy the sensors throughout the land, in the entire his farming land, and he can set it's based on the user demand. He can set any factors to be communicated. That means whenever the land or soil requires the fertilizers, that can be communicated. If any weedicides needs to be sprayed or pesticides needs to be sprayed, that can be communicated to the farmer. And if anything or the fertility of the soil needs to be addressed, then that can be communicated. This is how the context aware agriculture can be succeeded using 5G technology even. And next comes is 5G smart city, which is very interesting, and here lies the beauty of this 5G technology. 5G, new era of driverless cars and smart buildings and much more. That is where comes the picture of IoT, Internet of Things. 5G cellular and wireless networks will be more densely connected. And managing the resources and any operations of so many large cities can only be cost effective and efficient if there is automated and automatically connected. And this is the basic premises of any smart cities. In the era of 4G, the creation of a smoother and safer life through gradual digital transformation is already beginning in some cities, but it cannot reach the remote areas. So it does not end there. The smarter buildings or public and personal devices need to be interconnected. Here comes the IoT will become an instantly recognizable term. IoT devices include security cameras, door locks, even connected to the kitchen appliances. This 5G offers massive machine type communication and critical machine type communication, which means this massive machine type communication that is intended for a large of IoT devices, effectively a large number of sensors or actuators sending a lot of data back or forth. For example, smarter buildings, air and water quality monitoring, like that. But the critical machine type communication that is intended for applications where the data is delayed and intolerant, and if it is delayed, then the critical situations can be arise, that is critical machine type communication. For example, autonomous vehicles. Autonomous vehicles, just not on the in our civilian point of view, even in case of military point of view, the intervention of human is reduced when autonomous vehicles are used in the military. But if any information or if any communication is delayed between the vehicle and the room or war room, then that leads to the major consequence. So that is what is critical machine type communication. And remote health care, which is very sensitive matter, this is health care, and traffic safety control. And this 5G will be a catalyst for Internet of Things, innovation and technologies. This is how this 5G is going to drive us in future. So, whatever the technologies we are using today, we all are depending on this 5G, 4G, and just imagine what would happen if 5G is successfully developed and meant for civilian use. Then we all are technologically driven human beings. And here's the conclusion. The best way to help all users to use 5G as a next wireless system, and in totally it is safety and security of public. Today's wired society is going to wireless, and if it has any problem, 5G will be the answer. 5G technology is going to give tough competition to computers and laptops. Everything will be there with our mobile phones. It will be available in the market by 2020 at affordable cost with more reliability than previous mobile phones. These are few other references of this. And thank you.